I just saw something on Instagram and it genuinely made me laugh so hard. And then somehow, it actually changed the way I was thinking about my life. And this is about Dora. You know, Dora the Explorer. That little girl with the backpack who is always going somewhere kind of changed my life because Dora never knows where the hell she's going. And I was like, that's actually so true. Like every episode, Dora is basically like, where do I need to go? And then she looks at the map, someone tells her where to go, she runs into some kind of obstacle, she figures it out, and then she keeps going. She doesn't know the entire route beforehand. She doesn't know what's waiting for her a few steps from now. She doesn't even have some like perfectly detailed 5-year plan, something like that. She just knows nothing. And somehow she gets there. And I was laughing because why does this actually describe what I need to do with my life right now? This is probably one of those completely random things you see on Instagram that you normally just laugh at, scroll past, and forget about. But this time it genuinely made something click in my head because I've been thinking so much about my future lately, and especially about the fact that I don't know what's going to happen next. I know I'm going to resign. I know I probably will be jobless for a while. I know there are going to be moments where I'm scared. Yeah. And I also know that my brain is going to start asking me all those horrible questions. For example, like, what if it doesn't work? What if you're making the wrong decision? What if you regret it? What if nothing happens? What if you end up with nothing? Blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I really don't have answers to all these questions. I don't. I really don't. But maybe I'm not supposed to have them yet. Because I think I probably spend so much time believing that before I take a step, I need to know exactly where that step is going to lead. I need to know the outcome, the next job, the next opportunity, the next chapter. And maybe that's exactly what has been keeping me stuck. Because life doesn't give you the whole map. Sometimes it only gives you a direction. And then you have to move. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm going to go with the flow. But I want to be very clear about what I mean by that. Going with the flow doesn't mean doing nothing. That's not me. It doesn't mean being passive. And it doesn't mean like sitting around and waiting for life to decide what happens to me. I think it means I know the direction I want to go in. I just don't know the entire route yet. And I'm okay with that. Because I know I'm moving towards something I've wanted for a long time. Something I've been praying for or manifesting or even have imagined for so many times. And this time feels different. Not because I'm suddenly fearless. Of course I'm not. I'm still nervous. I'm still scared. I still have those horrible thoughts. But this time I am choosing to move with those feelings instead of waiting for them to disappear. And maybe that's the real lesson. You don't need to be fearless to move forward. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to know exactly where you are going. You just need to know the next direction and then take that step. And when you get there, figure out the next one. That's literally what Dora does, you know? She doesn't even know where she's going. But somehow she always gets there. And honestly, maybe I need to be a little more like Dora. Not her haircut though. Maybe this chapter of my life is just, I have no idea what I'm doing. But okay, it's okay, let's go anyway. And maybe somewhere along the way, I'll find my map. Maybe someone will point me in the right direction. Or maybe a door will open for me. Or maybe I'll take a wrong turn and have to turn around. Maybe something completely unexpected will happen. But I will deal with it when I get there. Because I don't want to spend another year standing still, waiting for certainty, which never comes. So if you are also in a chapter where you don't know what's next, maybe you don't need the whole map. Maybe just ask yourself, what's the next step? And then just go. Just move. We will figure out the rest when we get there. If this episode gave you something to think about, make sure you subscribe to this podcast because we are not here just collect ideas. We are here to turn them into something real. And come and follow me on Instagram. See Beyond the View 2021. I share practical tools, honest reminders, and behind the scenes thoughts there, things to help you to get out of your head and back into your life. The link in my bio also has more resources for you to explore, including the free guide From Overthinking to Action, 4 ways I get myself moving without willpower. Upgrade your mind first, then your life. This is Sia. See ya. See Beyond the View. See you next time.